A few years ago, Sarasota, Florida was called one of the meanest cities to homeless people in the country. Lately, it seems we're trying to still live up to that description of ourselves. By taking away the benches and a lot of the utilities that homeless people might use, we're trying to shuffle them off and just kind of get the problem out of our way. But there are a few citizens who are taking proactive leaps and proactive steps toward helping the situation and doing more about it. The Suncoast Partner to End Homelessness is creating a 10-year plan to kind of offer up some new solutions on how we can deal with this issue.
Our board of directors of the Suncoast Partnership to End Homelessness decided to undertake a 10-year plan here in Sarasota County. So we've been holding a series of community meetings since February to get input from service providers, law enforcement, municipal government, and homeless citizens themselves. And the whole process has just been terrific, and now we're actually going to try and write the plan based on all the input that we've received.
Let's just recap a little bit about what we've accomplished already. We kicked off on February the 5th with our series of community meetings. And it's easy to get something like this started. It's a lot harder to carry it through to completion. But look around the room and see that we have maintained that momentum up through today. I know that this process has not been perfect, but I've got to tell you, I've been part of this community since 1979, and this is the most fulfilling community event that I've ever been part of. We have a prevention work group. We also have an economic development work group. We have a health, human, social services group. And then finally, we have a public safety and outreach group. And I want you to know that I have received drafts of recommendations from every work group, and we have been reviewing those. And it's just the level of work that is coming out of these groups is just terrific. It is detailed, it's specific, and we are going to write one heck of a plan.
So with this 10-year plan, they're taking these 4 basic groups, and it seems as if they're addressing the emotional, the mental, the physical, and the spiritual needs of this community, making sure that they're taken care of with their health, making sure they're in good mental health, making sure they have the economy to do what it is they need to do, and that connection with community to be an integral part. But what exactly are some of the things that are being talked about in these meetings, and what are the things they're addressing? Let's find out a little more.
What is the face of homelessness? Who are the homeless? How can an individual assist, and how can each of us take an active role in making changes in the community?
Of the homeless population, I don't know how many people have had a lot of talks about homeless, but most groups recognize that there's a couple of different categories of homeless, and the 2 primary groups are chronic homeless and those people who are temporarily homeless. A chronic homeless person is a person who's been homeless more than 3 times in their life, or they've been homeless for more than a year. And many times the chronic homeless have issues with substance abuse, either alcohol or drug addiction, mental health issues, and sometimes they have co-occurring, where they have more than one of those issues to deal with.
Adam said something about assessing the homeless. And I think if you're looking for, this is for economic stability, so if you assess each person, a homeless person, they might be able to get a grant or some kind of government assistance or get on some kind of check, or however that works, because with the mental health issue, I think we're kind of missing that part of it.
We identify mental health services as something that the homeless are very short on, and so we want to identify those people while they're in custody that are in need of the services, and then direct them to the services. And one of our goals will be to expand the number of services that are available when it comes to mental health.
Then there was another thought about increased awareness between agencies of services available.
I think a lot of the agencies don't know what the other agencies are doing. It's not just the homeless people.
So that will go in as a priority area, access to services / education outreach of services. One is to increase knowledge to the general public about homelessness. That was one of our pieces.
I think we're sorely lacking to some degree from maybe the 2 hardest points of this whole equation, besides money and et cetera, is getting the public to be aware and understand the homeless so they're not scared of them or intimidated or worried. And there's probably more adjectives to be used in that. And also getting the homeless organized as well and getting them in the fold. So I think those two pieces have got to come together.
One of the things we need to realize is that homelessness is a symptom of the way our society operates now. It is not the problem. It's a symptom of where we're going. Right now we've gotten to this place where we're in a huge state of flux, and our society is changing around us as the world is changing. And a lot of people just haven't found their place yet. So I hope that we as a community continue to come to understand each other more, not relying on our government to solve these issues, not relying on the wealthy and the elite to pay for a way out of our problems, but realizing this is about we the people. It's what this country was based on, it's what democracy is based on, and the more we can come together again as a community and help one another out of our situations and our problems and lift each other up, the more we can have the country we can be proud of and make it through this recession in this turbulent time to a happier, healthier, brighter future for everyone in the community.